Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I want to talk about why you shouldn't have a plan B or plan 2. Plan B works. Plan B works. Why you shouldn't have that in this video. So if you're interested in a video like that, please keep watching. To the channel, and like I said in this video, I want to talk about why you shouldn't have a plan B and kind of share a story on why you shouldn't have a plan B that happened in my life that I feel like will help you in your life when it comes to manifesting. You know, in life, they always say it's great to have a plan B. You know, that's the logical thing to do. That's the smart thing to do, is to have a plan B. But when it comes to manifesting, there is no plan B. I want what I want, and I want it when I want it. But that doesn't always happen. We don't always get it when we want it. But your desires, you need to honor your desires. And that's really important, and something that I am a big proponent for. I think is very imperative when we're on our creating our reality, manifesting journey, whatever you want to call it. Living your life intentionally, I think, is a great way to put it. You're not supposed to have a plan B. You're supposed to get what you want. And it's okay to have the desires that you have. It's important for you to honor those desires. And by honoring those desires, that means there is no plan B, regardless of what society tells you. So I want to kind of share a little story that I feel like really will kind of solidify this not having plan B thing. This home manifested this home. But one of the reasons why I wanted to be in this home is the schooling. Now I have 2 kids, and Colorado's, this district is like one of the best in the country, in the nation. And I really wanted to be in this district. And so part of purchasing this house and getting into this house was to get my kids into the best schools in the nation. So yeah, purchasing the house is a huge investment, but it was partly it was because I wanted to get my kids in the best schools in the nation. So something happened. I don't know if people know about IEPs and stuff like that. My children are on IEPs, and something went awry. There is something with the wording in the IEP, or something that wasn't supposed to be there, or something. I still kind of really don't know what the case was, but it was preventing my kids to getting into the school that we wanted our kids in. You know, I intended for my kids to be in the school, and all this stuff happened after. I'm like, this is not part of my intentions. This is not part of the plan. And as soon as the things started happening and we were told that they were going to have to go to another school until it was fixed, because it was an error, until it was fixed so they could go to the school that we wanted them in, my brain just started coming up with all these plan Bs, plan Cs, plan Ds, all of these things. But my intentions initially were to get my kids in the school. So all of these things came up that in my reality that made it seem like that wasn't going to happen. And it was very disheartening. I felt a lot of emotions. But then I took a step back. I said, wait a minute, girlfriend, you do this for a living. Like, this is what you do. This is what you teach. And I was like, you know what? I was coming up with all these plan Bs, plan Cs, plan Ds, all these things. If this happens, and we'll do this, and if that happens, and if this, you know, all of those things, all of these scenarios, all these hypotheticals, you know, that was the old Amber coming up with all of these plans. But then I realized, I'm like, no. Your intention was to get them in that school. You bought a house to get them in that school. So they are going to be in that school. So I had to go back within. There's a lot of meditation. Go into the ethers, go into my imagination, and intend. And I did. I intended for them to attend that school. Everything was going to work out in our favor. and everything was going to be fixed because they were going to end up going to school anyways. But in the process of the things getting fixed, they were going to have to attend another school, which as a mother, that doesn't feel good because you don't want your kids, one, they're going to be going to a new school. So that's like a big deal. And then like taking them from one school to another school to another school, it's just kind of like, you don't want that for your children. So I intended that everything was going to be fixed, everything was going to work out in their favor, and they were going to get into the school. And I held to the vision, even though it really seemed unlikely that those things were going to happen. It seemed unlikely that everything was going to fall into place and we were going to avoid all that, going to different schools and transitioning and all that kind of moving and all that kind of stuff. But I held to the vision. I went into my imagination and I imagined my children coming back and telling me how their first day went at their new school that I wanted them to go to and that they wanted to go to. I held to that vision. I held it in my imagination. I held it in my consciousness. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Now, I say all this to say, I could have went down the rabbit hole of the plan Bs and the plan Cs and imagined and worked it out. And in the end, it would have worked out anyways. But I held to my initial plan, my initial desire, and it came to fruition. And so that's why you shouldn't have a plan B. Your desire needs to be honored. You need to acknowledge your desire. That's important. So honoring your desire is really, really important. So hold to the vision, hold to plan A. There is no plan B, there's no plan C, there's no plan any other letter of the alphabet. Hold to the vision and it will come to pass. Like when all that stuff was happening, a lot of doubt came up, a lot of emotion, a lot of like, why is this happening? I was playing the victim. Your girl went into victimhood. And I was like, whoa. This is not what we do. This is not what we do. This is not how we handle things. And so I had to hold that vision in my consciousness, go back into my imagination, see it and feel it real. And that's exactly what happened. Even though it seemed really unlikely that it was going to happen, especially on the time crunch that it was supposed to happen. This happened during the holidays. Everyone was, doing their thing out and all sorts of things were going against what I intended for my life and for my kids and what I wanted. There were so many things that were going against it, but it worked out because I held to the vision. I held in my consciousness, and it's funny because anytime that I would get some news that would be like, oh my gosh, really? This? I would go in front of my red light and go within and go into imagination and hold to the vision. Go into the ethers, go into the heavens, go into whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's all words. It's just mere utterances, as Neil Donald Walsh says, or God says in that book. I don't know how you would say that, but it's mere utterances. So go into your imagination, go into consciousness, go into whatever you want to call it, and hold it. And for so long, I had heard this thing about holding to the vision. Hold to the vision. I didn't really truly understand what that really meant. So that means no matter what is going on in your reality, what is seemingly going wrong, and all these doubts or whatever the case is, hold to that vision. I can't tell you how many times where I had things that were like, I can't see this working out at all. Like so many times at all. Like so many things. And I'll probably tell some stories on those, but like so many things that were going wrong that didn't seem likely, so much doubt. Like when it came to even people, I was like, that's never going to happen. But that's what my desire is. but I had to hold to the vision no matter what was going on in my face, in my reality, and it still came to pass. That's that unwavering faith and holding to the vision. So I wanted to share that. No plan B, no plan C's. If you got a desire in your heart, honor that desire, honor it, hold to the vision, and see it come to fruition. Anyways, guys, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on manifestation, spirituality, feminine energy, all of that jazz. So if you like that kind of stuff, I think you'll like it here. So anyways, you guys, that's all. I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.